What up, peeps? Mr. Bones back at you, and
Happy fucking Easter!
yeah, what he said. That was Peter Cottontail from the movie Easter Casket, which I couldn't find, but my friend Nye over at B Movie Badness, also from the Final Rules, did a great review on that, and I'll leave her link below. But what we're going to talk about is Rotten Tail. This is a silly little low-budget movie that had lots of potential, and I really wanted to like it a lot more than I did. It had awesome effects in it, and gore and stuff, and so the story goes of this kid that was picked on as a kid, and he's into scientific stuff, and he's at the science fair, and this bully is picking on him, and he kills his pet rabbit that he was using for his fair project or whatever, and he breaks its neck right in school, which seems like he would have gotten in trouble for that, but I didn't see no repercussion. Flash forward back to current times. His name is Peter Cotton. He's working at like this science lab place, and they don't think much of him. They just have him in like a broom closet with his stuff. Then there's like a couple other scientists. There's this other scientist who's like a mad scientist, and he's been doing something with this bunny, and it looks like this medieval fucking creature bunny from, it kind of reminds me of this bunny from Twilight Zone, the movie, where he pulls the rabbit out of the hat, and it looks all evil and fleshy, and the bunny reminds me of that. And the Peter goes over to his lab to check stuff out and see the bunny. I guess he doesn't know how evil or exactly what it looks like, but it's done in this little box with a bunch of plants and stuff held in there by these laser beams, and he turns it off like, let me get you out of there, and he gets bit by it. Then he turns into this crazy ass half human, half rabbit creature with the floppy ears, and starts growing these big old rabbit type fingers, and the bully is like some kind of dirty preacher now. He tries to figure out how to steal money for people and shit, and I don't really know what the story is really. It's him going after the bully to get payback for him killing his bunny years ago. And the movie creature looks cool as hell. It reminds me of like Rumpelstiltskin and Leprechaun and Killjoy and creatures like that. It's just, I don't know. For the most part, I liked it, but I didn't love it, and it went on for way too long. Have way too long of a runtime. And check it out if it sounds interesting. Anything, I always say anything's worth a watch, so you can say you've seen it, and so you know yourself if you like it or not. I also watched Into the Dark series from Hulu's Puka Lives. The first one was like based around Christmas and was the hot shit toy for all the kids around Christmas. And it was this weird furry, like Furby looking thing. And this one has kind of a different look to it, and they're going to debut it. And this one's a little better than the first one. It's based around this guy who's like a writer, and he wrote a book about influencers, which pissed off like a big influencer, like a YouTuber named Jackson, and he calls his followers Jackers, which was weird. And that kid is making this guy's life a living hell, and pretty much they say he canceled him, and so he goes back home to live with a friend, hang out with his old crew, his old friends, and people found out he's there too and keep following him, spray painting shit on his car and all that shit. And he went back home to work at the Puka factory or whatever, and they're sitting around one day at home, and they're like, let's figure out a way to get these kids back. they want to do anything that's popular, like challenges and stuff online. I got an idea, and let's base it around Puka, and you have to do this weird challenge. It's kind of like hot food challenges or like this damn peanut butter pickle sandwich challenge people are doing today. They wrote this weird challenge online anonymously that you have to eat ashes from like the fireplace or wherever and then repeat the Puka song or wearing a mask. If you do it, Puka will come for you or something. And then eventually people keep changing the outcome in the story and adding stuff. All of a sudden Puka has claws, and then all of a sudden Puka is smaller than it used to be, and it's got bunny ears. So toward the end it looks like this evil medieval bunny. And it was a lot better than the first one, I thought. And like I said, I love the Into the Dark series on Hulu. I enjoy them. A lot of them are good. I recommend that series as a whole, not just this episode. And a couple of honorable mentions. Critters 2 is based around Easter. These two dumbasses that live in a junkyard go to the old farm from the first movie and find critter eggs in a barn. Then the old dude sells them to an old lady at the church so they can paint them up like Easter eggs for the kids to look for in the big annual Easter egg hunt. And the sheriff is dressed like the bunny, and those eggs hatch and eat the bunny alive, eat the Easter bunny alive, which was the sheriff. It's an awesome movie. The Critter series is an awesome series of movies. And yeah, I meant to hold it up. And then Holidays is an anthology based on Easter, Christmas, New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, Valentine's Day. But the good thing is you can go into scene selection and jump straight to whichever holiday you want, which I did, which was Easter. And it's just a small little skit of, well, it's very morbid, a morbid little tale of a mother putting her daughter to bed and telling her these stories, and the daughter asking all these funny questions. I thought Easter was the day that Jesus died or something, and is the Easter bunny dead too? And mom's like, well, he wasn't always dead, and he was a good person, but is the Easter bunny dead too? And I don't remember what she said, but she puts her to bed, the mother goes to bed, and then the bunny comes. Oh yeah, she told the kid that you can never look at the bunny, you can't see the Easter bunny. And so she gets up to get a drink of water, and there's the Easter bunny, looking like some kind of morbid, evil, medieval bunny from hell, with a human body, and his bunny face and ears are skin color coming down to the side, and he looks and talks like a fucking Cenobite from Hellraiser. No child has ever seen me before, but now that you have, it's your turn. You must take my place. She's like, take your place? What do you mean? What if I don't want to? Can I come back and see my mommy? Where you're going, you will never see your mommy again. It looked and reminded me of Pinhead from Hellraiser, but an evil skin-colored bunny. And he does some weird shit, tells her to close her eyes and puts an Easter egg in her mouth and puts his hand on her head, and then like it shows up against a shadow of the wall that she's turning into some kind of evil bunny creature. It was a pretty cool little story. That was my two honorable mentions. That's what I watched this year for Easter. Check them out. Peace.